Hi, welcome back to our channel, Two Brothers Opinion. My name is Barry. This is my slightly older brother, Mark. We figured we start with a little humor and get, break the ice a little bit.
Yeah, before we piss you off. So yeah, we were thinking of what to talk about today. So what's in the news right now is DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency. So we thought we would give our opinion on that.
What we think about it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, I'm guessing, but obviously I think we think it's a good thing. And any taxpayer should look at some of this stuff and say, why am I out working really hard? You're taking my taxes and then you're sending them to some ridiculous things that, Sesame Street shows in Iran or Iraq or something is not why we work really hard and have taxes taken out.
Correct. To give our money to other countries for things that we don't agree with.
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously, if it was set up originally, JFK did. It was literally probably to help feed people if we had extra money, feeding other countries. Well, that's fine. That's America.
Yeah, or medical supplies.
Right.
We're all for that.
Yeah,
all for that.
Definitely, but not all for throwing money away.
And I just happen to have some things pulled up.
Yeah, read a few.
Let's see what we got here. 2.5 million for electric vehicles for Vietnam.
Oh, it must be small cars.
Tiny ones. Let's see. 1.5 million to advance diversity, equity, and inclusion in Serbian workplaces and businesses.
Oh,
that's
good for the Serbs.
Good for the Serbs to take 1.5 million of our hard-earned tax dollars. I like to keep some of that.
Yeah.
$32,000 for a transgender comic book in Peru. I didn't even know they really read comic books in Peru. $6 million to fund tourism in Egypt.
Yes, because nobody ever goes there.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're going to go, they're going to look at the pyramids and leave.
Well, yeah, but they're already doing that.
Yeah. They're already going to Egypt. I'm sure it's a beautiful country. We're just trying to add a little humor to it.
Yeah, because if we don't add humor, we're going to be upset.
We're going to be very upset that our money is going for these things that we don't agree with. Millions, it just says millions, to EcoHealth Alliance, which was involved in research at the Wuhan lab. Oh, would that be China?
That would be, yeah. Yeah, it would be China, and it would be in Wuhan, where, amazingly, the Wuhan China virus came from.
Yes, but we had nothing to do with that.
Yeah, even though Fauci lied and should be arrested and thrown in jail.
And brought up on charges for the...
even if it was just lying before Congress.
Yeah, lying before Congress. And what are the charges that they used against the Germans? What was those? Nuremberg.
Oh.
Nuremberg charges.
Yeah, but see, Biden gave him a full pardon because he knew. So you
can't pardon anybody if they didn't commit a crime already.
Except he did.
Well,
he lied before Congress. But here's the interesting thing. I just heard this.
We'll prove that later.
The states can still go after him. I heard that the other day. So federal can't because he got pardoned. But each individual state could go after Fauci.
Well, at least the red ones will.
Well, somebody just did.
Not Connecticut, where we're from.
I think it was Missouri just won $23 million. It could be a million, a billion, but I think it's a million. In a lawsuit because of COVID, and they just won.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there is some justice. Let's see. We did the comic book. We got a $47,000 for a transgender opera in Colombia. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I saw something else in here I wanted to read. Where was it? $70,000 for a production of a DEI musical in Ireland. We love the Irish people.
Yeah, Irish people are good.
Awesome people.
Food's not so great, but they're...
Yeah. Being Italian, we don't care for potatoes.
I just boiled to death until there's nothing left in them. But hey,
yep,
Irish people are cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The men always marry Italian women for the cooking.
So one of the other things we were talking about is, looking at a lot of this stuff, and looking at when the United States was set up originally. And we were, people are always talking about, well, or you see in pictures, the founders all sitting around signing like the Declaration of Independence or the Constitution, and they all got the white wigs on, and they all look like a bunch of old guys. If you haven't ever looked, you would be surprised at the ages of some of these people. And the reason that we were looking this up is because we hear the Democrats mostly going, well, we have a bunch of 18 and 19-year-olds in DOGE, and they're just 19-year-old kids, and they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, what do they know?
Yeah, except look up Audie Murphy and look at his story and see what a 16 to 19-year-old could do in World War II. So if they think 19-year-olds can't do stuff, check out Audie Murphy's story. But we looked up the founders and the ages. So,
and like we said before in previous, anybody could do what we're doing.
Yeah,
it just takes research and time. Let's see, young founding fathers. You have Alexander Hamilton, which they have a play out. Hamilton, he was 21 years old.
Yep.
And James Madison, I believe he became a president.
Yeah.
25 years old. James Monroe, he was 18.
18 years old.
And Aaron Burr, 20. And Thomas Jefferson, 33 years old. Then we step up in age a little bit. Middle-aged, they say middle-aged. John Adams is 40. Paul Revere, 41 years old. I did not know that, Paul Revere. I did not know that.
No, I mean his age?
No, I mean, I didn't know he was on there.
Oh, I
as
didn't
a founding
yeah.
father.
Yeah.
I really didn't. I know him and his dad, they were silversmiths.
Oh.
Yeah, if there's spoons out there with an R on them for Revere, they're worth a lot of money. George Washington, of course, the founding. He was the first president, 44, and he didn't even want to be president.
He didn't want to be president.
And wasn't he with the Whig Party? He wasn't a Republican
right.
I believe he was
so.
with the Whig Party.
But he just wanted to go home and.
We know a little bit about that.
yeah. Neither one of us are in the Whig Party.
So he was 44. Francis Lightfoot Lee, 41 years old. Richard Henry Lee, 44. And they considered these older founding fathers, George Clymer.
Glasses time. Clymer, yeah.
Clymer, 49. Benjamin Franklin. Well, we all know who he is. He was 70. And Thomas Fitzsimmons.
Fitzsimmons is 41.
41 years
old.
old.
And that's just a list of some of the founding fathers. So, some of these guys were kids. What we would consider kids today, or definitely young adults.
Young adults.
And the way things are now, you got 25, 26-year-olds that are still living in their parents' basement. And these guys actually formed a country. It's amazing.
Amazing. Absolutely. I'm not sure where else we want to go on this.
Well, we were talking about the DEI and getting rid of DEI because I saw a thing the other day. It was a comedian, and he was doing part of his act, and he's like talking about flying in airplanes because he's flying all around, and he says, do you want to have do you want to know that your pilot was picked because they were the best pilot and had the highest grades, or do you want one that was picked because they fit into a DEI category, and maybe they're not as good. Now, maybe some of them are. Maybe there's a DEI person that was picked that is amazing, and we're not saying that they're all not. But I don't want a pilot who was picked because of their color or their religion or any of
what they're doing to their body,
right? Or any of the beliefs. I want somebody who's, when I'm coming, going up or coming down, I want a pilot that's going to get me there safe.
Yeah, just the best person for the job. I've lost many jobs. Go in and you apply and they go, sorry, you didn't meet our qualifications. Right. Yeah. And then you just go get another job. That person probably had more schooling, or maybe he already or she did that job in the past that you're just starting to get into. And that's okay. That's what it's about. Yeah. It's not about, I need 2 of these people and 3 of those, and you get the job. It shouldn't be that way.
No, and they shouldn't lower standards. This happened in it was a fire chief in New Haven, Connecticut years ago, where they lowered the standards on the test, and the fireman who actually scored higher didn't get the job. and they sued.
They sued.
And
They went to Supreme
It
Court.
took like 10 years, but they finally won their suit.
That actually went to the Supreme Court.
Yeah, it was crazy.
And they won. And they won.
Yeah.
Because that's the way it should be.
Yeah, so
I want someone to come save my life in a fire
yeah.
that knows what they're doing.
Well, and neither one of us are little guys, so I don't want a 5'5", 110-pound woman trying to carry me or you down a flight of stairs because she ain't doing it.
Not going to happen.
No, because we're not little. We're not little guys.
I mean, I'm 6'3", like 230.
Yeah, and I'm 6'1", 230. So
Yeah, we're not little guys.
It's a challenge.
It's definitely a challenge.
So yeah, when they were talking about
not that women can't be a fireman.
no, right.
Or
if
do
you
the
could,
job.
if you could do it, do it.
Do it.
Right.
That's
Same with police and anything else. If you can do the job, do it. But if you get the job just because we don't have enough of you and you can't do it, other people's lives are in danger.
I believe that.
So looking at the young ages and everything else and talking about DOGE and these young kids that are doing a lot of the work, and people are like, well, they're looking at people's personal information, and no, they're not. It's been proven that they're not looking at your social security number or anything like that. But then they're talking about Elon Musk and saying, well, why is he looking at this? Well, he has the highest security clearance there is. He builds rockets for NASA.
Yeah.
He has the highest security clearance that you can have. And people just lie. And I hate to say it, but it's true. It's all the Democrats are lying. They all make up stuff because they don't want you to know. They don't want you to look it up. They want you to hear it and go, oh, I guess that's how it is. Well, that's not how it is.
And where does this money go? I mean, does it really
Right.
go for a comic book? Or is there a kickback? I mean, you have Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, saying that they got 70-something billion dollars or $1 million or whatever it is, and we're supposed to give 177. So where did the other 100 go? Is it being funneled back into?
It's either being funneled back into someone's pocket and maybe even people in the U.S. and Congress, or it's like it's used to a lot of this stuff is used to either overthrow other countries, and it may be like the old saying of the $900 hammer. Well, there wasn't a $900 hammer, but they were using that money to overthrow governments.
What do they call them? Black operations.
Yeah, things like that. So it's a bunch of bull, and I'm glad that they're looking at this and they're putting it out there for everyone to see.
Yep.
Because we need to know, like, why are we $36 trillion in debt?
Because there's
when like 10, 15 years ago, it was like, 20 trillion or something.
Yeah.
Like, where did this all go? We're doubling our debt like all the time.
And then they say another thing about Elon Musk, that he wasn't elected.
Right.
The only person that was elected was the president and the vice president, which they're on the same ticket.
Right, at that level, because
that level.
Right, because obviously your senators, congressmen are elected. I mean, but when we're talking about this, like, does the president have the, authority to do this? Well, he was elected. His cabinet was all appointed, and had to go through the Senate advising consent in order to pass through the Senate to then be confirmed by the whole Senate.
And he could appoint people to different positions.
Yeah,
and you don't have to go through those steps.
And every president does it. One of the criticisms you hear is like, well, he's only appointing people that he knows and he likes. Well, who's going to appoint people you don't know or you don't like?
Yeah, if I had a business, I'd bring in my worst enemy.
Yeah,
to work for me.
Yeah, something that I know is going to screw me.
I'd bring in someone that's loyal, faithful, and wants to work for me.
Yeah, I mean, they all do it. Democrats do it. Republicans do it. It's again, yeah. Why would you want to do that? It's ridiculous. So we think DOGE is a really good thing, and it's
again, it's our opinion.
Yeah,
and I think most people believe in what's being done to try to save money and bring money back into this country. No, we don't. It's fine to help people, but not help people with some of the things that I wrote off. And there's a lot of other things that we could look up, and you could do it yourself. Just get your phone and look and see where the money is going. It's going to stuff that is not necessary.
And don't just listen to the heads of your party So if you're a Democrat, don't just listen to what the Democrats have to say. If you're a Republican, don't just listen to what Republicans have to say. Listen what people have to say. Listen to both sides, like we're trying to do. Let's look at both sides, and then you make your own opinion. And I'm sorry, but if you're going to work every day, and at the end of the week you get paid, and someone says, okay, I need X amount of money out of your paycheck for taxes, and I'm going to take this money and I'm going to make a comic book in some foreign land with your money. Are you going to sit there and say, here, take my money?
No.
You're going to be like, whoa, I worked hard for this.
Yes.
You know, it's unbelievable.
We're going to pay down our bills.
Yeah, we have our own.
When I
stuff.
say our bills, I mean the country's bills.
Yeah, because we need to fund things, but there's waste and abuse with money everywhere. I mean, hell, everyone does it. Even if you're in the low income earning categories,
Like
you spend money so stupid sometimes. We all do.
All do.
But we're doing stupid $100 maybe or $50. Our government's doing billions.
Except for motorcycle parts.
$1 billion.
I need those.
Yeah.
Harley.
But our government's throwing away billions of dollars.
Well, there was a guy that I saw. He said there's probably $1 trillion a year wasted.
Yep.
A trillion. I can't even imagine what $1 trillion even. It's not even fathomable.
I know.
To see $1 trillion.
No.
I saw like 44 million. I saw that because I was transporting it from Boston Fed to our facility in Connecticut. We took a Fed run, and I saw $44 million, and I was like, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
And it took up a lot of space. Imagine $1 trillion.
No, you can't. And I think those numbers get so big that no one can sit there and understand what that is. It's just numbers. And Congress sits there and passes this, passes that, spends money here, spends money there.
Both sides.
Even in our own country, I forgot how much money it was. It was billions of dollars to put up charging stations for electric vehicles, and I forgot how much it was. Billions. And they spent most of that money, and they only put in 8. They put 8 charging stations in for billions of dollars.
Yeah, and we talked about that before.
Right. And if you're not upset about that, if you're going to work every day and you're looking at your paycheck and you're like, well, look at the taxes that come out. And if you're not upset that our government is wasting money like that, whether you agree with the charging stations or not, you've got to be looking at it and go, why did you take my money and you didn't do anything with it?
Nothing.
In Connecticut, they bought a whole bunch of brand new signs on the highway. We got new signs everywhere.
Yeah, I like the old ones actually.
I don't see the difference. Like, why did we need all these new signs? Because Pete Buttigieg had something to spend his money on.
Spend money.
Yeah,
that's just like the federal government gives the states, and then the state gives to the city so much money to use for roads, and if they don't spend that money, it gets cut. Right. So that's why sometimes you'll see a street that really doesn't need to be paved, and it gets paved again. They rip it up because they need to spend that money or they're going to be cut. And I don't agree with that.
No, but I know for a fact that's true because there's someone that I know very well who is an administrator for a social worker program. And at the end of the year, when there's money left over, they just buy stuff and give it to the people. They're like, we got to spend it. And I was like, well, what if you give it back, but next year your budget is the same it was? Oh no, we got to spend it because they'll cut our budget.
They'll cut your budget for saving money. So imagine that.
I've seen it where they would just blow through money, which is exactly what Biden did at the end of his term, with days to go before the inauguration of Trump. Biden blew out 20 million here, 20 million there, $1 billion here. They just blew out a whole bunch of money.
It's ridiculous.
It's stupid, and it's your money. It's your money that you're working for. Mm-hmm. So. I mean, we're going to do another video on like taxes and the economy and stuff, where we'll go deeper into like what people are actually paying. But DOGE,
couple of episodes.
Yeah, but DOGE is we think DOGE is not a bad thing.
No, not at all. Like I said, this is our opinion channel. These are our opinions.
Yep.
You might be sitting there watching it, going, "These guys are nuts," but I don't think you are.
No, because I
really don't.
I think again, if someone takes your money and goes blowing on something, and you could have spent it better.
Yeah,
I don't see how you're not upset. No. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's going to wrap it up. I'd appreciate you guys. The people that are liking and subscribing, there's a few commenters out there. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
If you're just watching this for the first time, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We will have more videos coming. And we do try to make light of things also. Put a little humor into it. Maybe you might not agree with some of the times the things we say, but it's just for fun. And that's what this channel is about. Our opinions, having fun, and trying to inform you. And you can inform yourself by looking up.
Yeah, and this we've been doing this roughly around a month.
A month now?
And our video on the Second Amendment has like 106 views. And we got some comments from people around the country. So we're hoping to
Texas and Kentucky.
Texas and Kentucky.
Yeah.
They want us to. One guy in Kentucky wanted us to move there. He's like, you should move here.
Yep. But it's kind of hard to leave family, especially when you know you have a mom in a convalescent home.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's tough.
So all right. So we usually end with our little saying of, hey, don't forget you have a voice and don't let anyone silence it. So that's what we're trying to promote.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
thank you very much.
We'll
we appreciate you all.
We'll see you in the next video.
Thank you.